For the men's free skate, the warm-up taking place right now. Todd Eldredge, the defending national champion on the ice, and Brian Boitano. It is interesting to compare and note the programs and the jumps of the top competitors. What about Todd Eldredge?
Yeah, here's the layout of Todd's most difficult triple jumps: the triple axel, triple toe loop, triple flip, double toe loop, and then later in the program a triple axel again. And interestingly enough, Scott Davis has the same jumps planned.
And Todd Eldredge has been consistent all year long. For Scott Davis, as you say, a similar program in terms of the jump. Scott Davis also a two-time national champion. And who better than our own Brian Boitano to show us the two most difficult jumps being performed here at the Nationals.
The triple axel is the most difficult triple jump because there are 3.5 revolutions. It's further complicated because it's the only jump with a forward takeoff. The timing is tricky. You have to initiate the jump by swinging the free leg through and pressing off of just one leg. After 3 turns in the air, an extra half a turn is needed to land backwards. The triple Lutz is the next most difficult jump. Like the rest of the triples, it requires only 3 revolutions. What makes it so difficult is the takeoff. First, you use your toe pick like a pole vaulter uses a pole. Once launched, the hard part is you must twist against the way you would naturally rotate in the air.
Makes you long to see Brian Boitano on the ice, huh? Well, Dick Button, what about Rudy Galindo, the hometown favorite? He's from San Jose. He may have the most technically difficult program of all.
Well, just take a look at those list of 2 jump combinations. They are as tough as any in the competition. But he is also known for elegant line, good style, musical awareness. He's a fine all-around skater.
And Rudy Galindo in 3rd place at this point, trailing Scott Davis, who is in 2nd, and the defending national champion and 3-time national champion Todd Eldredge, who is in the lead. And a name that maybe not all of you know, Dan Hollander, who is currently in 4th spot, still with a shot to win.
Now, he's a tough jumper and a really tough skater. I wouldn't put anything past him as to where he would end up, because he's been awfully good in practice. Look at this.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful. He's very composed for being in this tough warm-up with all these big-time skaters.
And how intimidating can that be, Brian, when you're young and you're out here like a 19-year-old Michael Weiss competing against the Eldredges, competing against the Davises right now, thinking about it while you're in your warm-up?
Sometimes it's a little odd because you might be skating on the ice with your idols. He might be looking up to these other skaters, and it is odd to be competing against them at the same time. Speaking
of which, Michael told us this week one of the great influences on his skating life, one Brian Boitano. You are one of the main reasons that he entered the skating world. And the first skater that we will see this afternoon, a 24-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia, Shepard Clark. He is currently in 6th after the short program.
Now, this is his 7th attempt at a national senior title. He's strong, he's tall, he's really has enormous speed. He's a very powerful skater. But if you had to paraphrase Admiral David Farragut's comments in the Civil War, it would be regarding this skater: damn the controls, full speed ahead. He just blows it apart and sometimes doesn't control.
Always a history lesson from you, Dick. And there is Todd Eldredge. What about this group of men, Brian Boitano, and maybe the intangibles, you know, the extra, the competitive fire that it takes to win a free skate, to win a national championship?
Well, you know, it looks like they're all relaxed. By watching the warm-up, Todd Eldredge seems very composed, and he is skating very well. They all seem to be very competitive out there, and it could be anybody's ball game, really.
Now, this is the order that we will see the men, and it is a random draw. Skating first will be Shepard Clark, who is in 6th position. Michael Weiss is in 5th place right now. Dan Hollander in 4th. Scott Davis, of course, is in 2nd place. Todd Eldredge, the leader at this point, and Rudy Galindo currently in 3rd place.
And you know, it'll be tough for him to have to wait through every one of these skaters before he gets the chance. It used to be that the last spot was the best. I many times think the first spot is the best.
And those are the standings. Todd Eldredge leading Scott Davis, Rudy Galindo, and down the line. Now, remember, the top 3 spots, most likely, the top 3 finishers will move on to the World Championships. It is an invitation, but You know, barring any unforeseen results, the top 3 move on to compete at the World Championships, and those are taking place in Edmonton the 18th through the 24th of March. You can see them on ABC the 23rd and also the 21st of March.